As you can see, back out here at Hughes Avenue, slab's all poured now. We ended up getting a nice finish on it. Over here you can see where we've stripped out the void. If you want to come on over, we can have a look down there. We've got a feature wall that is getting built up the side of the stairs. This wall will come up to in line with the slab. Then on that left-hand side there, it will break out into a 230 wall, which will double as a feature wall in the laundry and in the stairwell. The feature wall will go all the way up to create the handrail on the first floor. Got all the off-form walls starting to go up that come from the outside into the inside, so it brings a little bit of the facade into the house. So the boys today, they'll box it all up, put all the ends on and one side, drill all the she bolts. Once they get this all up, they've got to drill through the bottom here and put all the starter bars up, so it ties the wall into the ground floor slab. Once all the steel goes in, they'll put the shutters up, close it all out, tie it together. Yeah, we'll get our boom mate pumpy back again, and we'll fill them with the concrete and vibrate them all in and finish them up nice. So this here is what ties the two slabs together. It stops this from sliding out or moving. Very important piece of engineering these are. Then you've got these she bolts, which we put these in to tie the wall together. And when the off form comes off, you'll get to see the nice little circle in there, so it gives it a bit of a feature as well.
I want to do one here. Just a wood burning one, doesn't need to have gas or anything. Just like to be, like we can do it out like a chimney thing. I want it to be, you know, similar to what your brother wants to do, like open.
I do a funnel, so it's like an oven. You put the bread in there and cook the bread.
No, it's got to look pretty. Yeah, it's got to look pretty. I want it like square. Open. Square. Yeah, like the shapes.
That's a dance move, isn't it?
Woo!
Can we tell her that we're gonna have
This wall here, I'm pretty sure has to be bricked. Because, no, remember Ali said about we had to make a wall brick so we could get rid of a beam or some crap like that? I'm pretty sure it was this wall.
He's going to finish this wall tomorrow. I'm going to get that up to
So we're going to
somewhere
do my
there.
fireplace over there first?
No, and then I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do that garden.
And then do my fireplace at the same time?
That'll be the last thing we do when we see how many bricks we don't have.
We need more bricks!
How many more bricks are on that order?
I ordered 13,000. What's to do with the plastic on the bottom?
The plastic's there to give you your 50-year warranty with BlueScope, and it's a requirement to stop corrosion, mainly from moisture, and also sometimes with the chemical process when the slab's curing.
With these set of frames, we've gone with 1 gauge. Is that the thickest you can go, or can you go thicker?
We can go thicker. The reason we went to 1mm, usually we'd go 0.75, but due to the strength requirements of your particular build, it's a bit more architectural and more requirements for the frame, we've upped it to 1mm for you. When we saw the plans first, it was a bit of a, not so stock standard in quoting. We actually had to sit down with the design team and say, look, how are we going to do this? What do we need to allow for? We studied engineering quite a fair bit. There was a little bit of back and forth, again, with the architectural sort of design and the requirements with, the engineering. We had to make sure we're going to work in well with that and sort of before we even started the quoting process, just figure out how we're going to attack it.
Yeah.
Took a little bit of time, more than normal for a standard house, but...
make sure it all came together nice and right.
That's right, there's a particular goal that you guys have, I guess. The final product has to be exactly what you've imagined, so we had to make sure we worked in well with
Was there
with you
any
guys.
real challenges that you could, like, when you looked at the plan, were you concerned about any part from when we've designed it, or?
Yeah, truthfully, there was a section further forward, actually.
Yeah.
There was a span in the floor joist, actually, that I was a bit concerned about, and we had a bit of back and forth about possibly adding a steel beam.
Yeah.
I think in the end we didn't have to, but yeah, there was a couple items, transferring loads from upstairs to downstairs. I think we did change a couple steel beams towards the front.
Yeah. I know we also had the trouble with trying to get the air conditioning ducting and all that through the floor joist to make sure it's all perfect and stuff like that, because no one thinks of aircon when we design these beautiful homes.
Yep.
So
even roof space and things like
yeah,
that. But
100%.
yeah, look, there was definitely a lot more time that went involved.
And how long roughly do you think like that would take for the boys to stand like this size type of house compared to like a normal size?
Well, look, yeah, you're probably going to have a couple of days just in the structural steel side of things.
Yeah.
I would probably allow a good 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit more.
Yeah.
Just to get everything right. You know, although you plan everything and hope that it's all millimetre perfect, there might be some alterations on site depending on a number of things. Yeah. When we've got a lot of steel posts that incorporate into the frame, there might be a bit of shuffling or a bit of cutting and shutting sort of thing to make it work.
Yes.
Well, I think that sounds good. Well, why don't we get these packs open and get the boys start standing these frames then?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So when we designed the house with the architect, I really wanted to have like an industrial feel, because we had 5 houses we wanted to design and live in our lifetime. And I was like, let's do the industrial. As soon as I saw this brick, I was like, it's black. It's exactly what I'm wanting. Yeah. I had my pops of black color all through the house, inside and out.
Yep, the Murata Nero was such a beautiful choice as well, because it works really well with our luxury noir palette.
Yep.
So PGH Bricks has 9 material color palettes in our recently launched style guide. So what you've created here with Edgecliff Homes and your new beautiful home is a really lovely connection between a modern industrial, so that really beautiful industrial look that you're looking for. And then when you bring in Murata as well, you've also brought in that really gorgeous, sophisticated elements from like luxury noir, which is all about high-end luxury. It's all about statement pieces, and it's all about that wow factor, which is exactly what you're going to be creating.
Ticking everything off.
Ticking all the boxes. The Murata Nero is such a wonderful brick to use because it's not going to, it's going to last its colour.
Yeah. And the one thing we've also noticed is the quality in the bricks. Like they're very similar sizing. We're not having to throw too many away, which is a massive a bonus when they're an expensive brick. But the other reason why I've decided to go with this brick is because a lot of my clients, they can do something similar in a smaller scale.
Yes.
So the reason why I picked this brick is so that the clients can use it in their houses as well. Like somebody might want to use a feature wall in a living room or a fireplace like we're doing outside, or even in a barbecue area. They could even use it and brick up behind and make it as a feature.
So I think it's really showing your clients the versatility of what they can do and what they can take inspiration from.
All from one product.
All from one product.
Yeah, 100%. We decided to use the brick as a fireplace. So we're actually going to brick
That is
up.
such a wonderful thing to do.
Yeah.
You're making that gorgeous connection between the feature wall, external, internal, and using it as a fireplace for a statement is really,
so
really,
pretty much
really
like
nice.
each little area will have a statement where the brick is sort of some way worked into it. So
that's a really nice way to draw the connection all the way through the house as well.
yeah. So what we decided, because of the brick and stuff like that, is why not incorporate it into like a bit of the wet room type thing. So originally this is my laundry where we're standing at the moment, and we were like, this is such a gorgeous brick. Why are we going to cover it with gyprock?
Yeah.
Why not just use the brick as the feature wall? So now we've decided to use this whole wall here as the feature of this laundry. So instead of just tiling it or gyprocking it. So I think this is a great idea for like our clients and like other people that are interested in using the brick to try and think of other versatile ways to use the brick, not just as only outdoor. So we just did a few checks and stuff like we do when you're doing a custom build out on site, and we just realised that the brick wall needed to go over a little bit further. It was missed when we started setting it out this morning and stuff like that. So come here and I'll show you how far we have to extend. So as you can see at the moment, where the wall's finishing, it needs to come out to this yellow dot. So we need to extend it out about 1/2 metre. So what the boys are doing is they're pulling some of the bricks off so then we can continue the runs across so it all looks flush and you wouldn't be able to tell that it was done. These type of things happen on site, especially when you're doing a custom build, but we've caught it now so it's able to be fixed super easy. And it's not like we're all the way at the top and having to try and sort this problem out. That's why it's super important, like why we have our site supervisor on site constantly checking, making sure all the trades are doing the right things, because this little step back is only going to cost us 1/2 hour because it was caught straight away. Otherwise it could have turned into a huge problem and would have delayed us and cost us a lot more money as well. Gus, you make this look so easy, but I think there's a real skill to it, isn't it, when you're doing your bricklaying?
Yes, there is. It's, if you've been doing it as long as what I've been doing it, it's easy. It's like anyone else's job. Their job is easy, and my job is easy because I've been doing it for a long time.
How long have you been bricklaying for?
A good 25 years? No.
25 years?
About 20 years.
What are the key things that you need to work on at the moment? Like, you see how you're leveling it out and all that? What's the key points?
Well, summer is hot, winter is cold. That's the two key things. If you can handle working outside, you can handle doing this. If you can't handle the heat and the cold, you can't do it.
Yeah.
That's the two key things.
That's two key things.
It's not actually doing the work itself.
Not doing itself?
No.
Okay, well that's good to know.
Yes,
I noticed how you were like shuffling the bricks a bit to try and make sure they were even and laid correctly and all that.
Yes, it's all just skill. It's all just with it's with the wrist.
Yeah, with the wrist.
Yeah, with the wrist. You're tilting your hand forward, back, left, right to adjust the bricks in.
Yeah.
So we're not actually tapping with the trowel.
Yeah.
So any of the boys hitting with the trowel, stop hitting the trowel.
Yeah, don't hit it with the trowel.
Don't hit the trowel.
And then, how many bricks do you reckon you guys can lay on, like a common brick in one day?
A common brick, depending on the house, windows, and you know, we could probably lay 800 each.
Yeah.
These ones here, you might be 500 or 600.
That's because it's got to be a lot more accurate.
Yeah, it's a little bit more accurate. It's just to be a little bit more fussier.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all. Commons doesn't really matter because it's going to get rendered, but you still have to get a plumb for the renderer.
Yeah.
So other than that, it's you know, Commons isn't actually, you don't have to worry about any chips, don't have to worry about a little bit up and down. You don't have to worry about all that stuff because it all gets covered.
100%. And I must admit, I've been watching you guys all day and how quick you go. You like put it all down and it's like bam, 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 bam. You make it look so easy, and then when I tried it, it was not that easy.
No, it's not that easy.
As you can see, the wall is up now to just above first floor. Once we get the floor joists and everything in, then we'll continue this wall up to finished height for the handrail. Over the end here, we had to pull down some brickwork because the void is made 1200mm longer than it needs to be. Basically, for the stairs to come on, there needs to be like a landing, which ties in as part of the stairs. So they overmake the void, but it wasn't marked on the plan, so everyone missed that. So we had to pull down a good 1200mm of brickwork. So we couldn't tell that that was done, we had to rake the wall back. So we raked the wall back to sort of this point here and down on the rake. Once you bricked it back up, you can't tell that that has been done. So it was a good result at the end of the day, just a bit of a pain in the ass. Then over here, you'll see these brick walls. These walls have been added in because at the top there where the stairs come up, there needs to be a concrete landing again to tie the stairs to so it's all structurally sound. So they did draw in just a single skin brick wall here, but what we've done is we've changed that. We've made it into a feature. So we've gone a double brick wall across the end there. So from the kitchen, you're actually gonna see brickwork, like these nice bricks, as a kitchen splashback. So to save on cost as well, what we've done is we've laid commons up to just under bench height. Then above the bench height, we've put a panel of the face bricks, which therefore just go past the overhead cupboards as well. So once all the cabinetry goes in, you'll see all nice finished brickwork. So the reason we've got the commons there is basically so we're not wasting bricks that are never going to be seen. As you know, these bricks are quite expensive, so I need to use them where they're going to be seen. So we got quite a few bricks to go into this place, and as we're going along, we're changing quite a few things as well. So we've got 13,000 bricks allowed for this job, but with all these changes, I'm going to go over quite a bit. So I've just got to be mindful of what I'm sort of using and where I'm using them. As you can see, you've got all the off-form walls. These walls all come up on the inside of the house. So all those walls that we did down the driveway, that look carries on through the house. As you can see, the boys are up here now closing up all the shutters, ready to pour tomorrow. Down the bottom here, you can see the inside of what is inside these shutters. You've got all the Rio. This stiffens it all and is all crack control. You can see all the she bolts And yeah, so the boys are getting ready now to close it all up. So yeah, we can pour tomorrow. But as you can see over here, we've got all the steel. So this is our big steel delivery that we've got. We've got all the posts, they're all numbered, labeled. There's got all different feet and top plates. They're all appropriately matched to all these steel beams. So you'll see all the tabs and welded parts, and got a nice round post to put out the back there for a bit of decoration, but to carry the cantilever out the back there. Very lucky we got the block. If we didn't have this block, we'd be doing everything from the road, which therefore would involve traffic control. I'd have to shut the road down for the day, get traffic control, added cost. So it makes it quite easy to have this, so we're quite lucky to use this as well. Alright guys, as you can see out here today at Hughes Avenue, all the formwork's getting stripped, so you can see all the off-form walls. They've come up pretty nice, not too bad at all. This here's where one of the light switches go. So we prepared that and put a conduit in, so she's all ready to go. So we'll undo these 2 screws here, pop that off, and there'll be a little pocket in there ready for all the cables to come down. See, the boys have put their fillet in on the corners there, give it a nice bit of a tapered edge so it's not too sharp. This will all get cleaned up, and a bit of patching and stuff will happen. But yeah, overall they've come up pretty nice. As you can see, down here's the front entrance, the hallway. Yeah, off-form walls as well. So yeah, she's looking pretty good. Not bad at all. As you can see, we've got the crane all set up, central location, so we can pick up steel and we can reach any part of this block here today. So it's a 40-ton crane, nice and big, so we can get the reach of everywhere we need to get. So we got the last lot of the bulker bags of the premium guarding mix going in. If you look up the back here, you can see where we've filled behind the retaining wall. This is the easiest and quickest way for us to get the soil in. It was going to be too hard to try and manually bring it up. So we're bringing the bulker bags over, split the bottom and pour it out right behind the wall. As you can see, all the boys have put all the frames up now that can go up. All of the frames that are in place are all braced, plumb, straight, ready to go. All the posts are being fixed to the frames, so we can start laying all the steel. Up the top here, we had to knock off a few courses of bricks just because it had to sit underneath the steel beam, so it will split up the span. Now we're just sliding the steel into place. It's 25mm too far one way, so we just got to slide across that a little bit. We got the chain still on there with the crane, so we can jib up a little bit to take the weight so we can position it. Back out here at Hughes Avenue, we've got all the frames are complete now. We're starting to get it all prepped and ready for the roof. We've had the batten guys come in and put all the roof battens on and the safety batten. Because our trusses are spaced at 1200 centres in most areas, we need to put a safety batten in between our normal battens. We just had the crane here. We've lifted up all our box gutters, lifted up all our roof sheets. We've got all our wool on the roof. We've got a little bit of bad weather. Looks like it's about to come in. So the boys are just going up there now to tie everything off. So if we do get quite a bit of wind, nothing gets blown off the roof or causes any damage to any of it. So tomorrow the boys should be back here to throw all the box gutters in, get everything ready to go. And then Friday, we're looking to get the roof all laid. So by the end of the week, we should have a roof on this job. Alright mate, how you going?
Good mate, how are you?
Finally can get this roof on now that we've got the good weather.
Okay.
Basically, the first step for this roof was You guys got all the sheets
craning
craned up?
Yeah, that's right. We usually start with the crane up. We'll batten out the roof before the crane gets here. Obviously crane the sheets and the anti-con up, and then after that we're going to throw the box cutters in. With these box cutters we've got one sump up the end there. These other two, because we've got more volume of water going into the box cutters, we've got two sumps.
And the sumps are very important for this volume of roof, obviously, so we don't have any overflows and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I believe we're going to have a couple of outlets on those and a rain head.
Yeah, 100%.
So we can eliminate any overflow and leakage into the house.
That's right. With your sumps, you've got to obviously have an outlet for the sumps, but also an overflow for if you get those kind of rain events that we've seen in the past. As you can see, the guys are laying it down now. They'll usually roll the anti-con blanket down first and then sheet as they go. They'll lay these sheets out, get the gutter line straight, and then they'll usually screw it off as they go.
Flick all their lines and get it nice and straight. So with the anti-con, what size anti-con are we using here? Is 50 or 75?
No, we're using 50mm anti-con. So basically it's an R rating of 1.3.
Yep.
Anti-con actually stands for anti-condensation.
Yep.
It's not a waterproofing factor, it's more thermal rating. To me, I wouldn't recommend having a house without it, to be honest with you. Colourblind roof, yeah.
No, 100%.
So with the anti-con, people usually complain about the roof being noisy on colourblind roofs. So it's a sound dampener, but it's also got a thermal rating as well. So once you include the anti-con and your roof bats, your insulation roof bats, the thermal rating goes to about 4.
Yeah, okay, so it goes up quite a bit.
Yeah, that's correct.
No, it's really good. The boys, we've got quite a few skylights in this job as well.
Yeah.
So the boys will just sheet over the skylight holes, and our skylight guy will come in and cut out all the skylights and penetrations. Yes. And then we'll obviously get it all flashed and,
100%.
and done all that.
So the aim of today will be get this roof fully covered, and then from there we'll measure all the flashings to make sure that they line up with every rib, every cap is measured to suit. And then we're not basically installing sections of flashings that are going to miss the roof. Yeah.
And again, with the trim deck as well, all the flashings are custom because they've all got to be trimmed to suit the profile. Yes. So exactly why they all need to be measured once the roof's on, so everything works 100%. Out nice and right.
Yeah.
We finally got a roof! It's only taken 3 weeks with rain and delays and stuff like that, but today has been a big day coming.
That's right. Tomorrow we got rain coming. So.
I know, rain coming tomorrow, so we've only just got it in this time. So it's been a challenge. It's been hard to watch. We've been sitting here driving past every couple of days going, when are we getting a roof? When's the rain going away?
The guys from Dynamic have come out. They put in the box gutters yesterday, and now by the end of the day we'll have a roof, so we should be safe for tomorrow from the rain and
100%.
Should keep the water out of our basement.
Definitely, definitely. It means we can get back into cladding, we can get the window glass and get on to putting in our internal linings next month, which is so exciting.
Yeah, meetings this week, end of this week, to talk about internal lining finish, so that'll be exciting. It starts to happen. Glass is ordered.
Glass is ordered, windows is ordered, roof's on, cladding's back next week, so there'll be a real change here in the next couple of weeks and you'll really start to see the house transform.
This 10mm will allow for water to actually get out, whereas if you were to put it down tight, water can get trapped in there and then travel.
Down the bottom there we've got a recess area, which is going to become the recess window.
The pool's the last thing to get done and then we get to fill it with some water.
Yeah, I think we got 10 days and they're bringing the glass as well, so it's all happening.